Yo, what's up, everyone? It's T from Third Phase. It's been a while since we checked in, so we're here with Lima. Unfortunately, Kyle couldn't make us, the skip. He's tied up, but we're just here to chat some rugby. Wanted to catch up with Lima, just have a chat about his time with Wasps. Obviously, the Super Rugby going on. It's the only rugby comp going on in the world at the moment. Thought it a good time to dissect what's been happening and also our Super Rugby squads, which we drafted a few months back. So, yeah, we'll cover a few things. Super Rugby, some bolters, breakout players, a few of the talking points at the moment, maybe a bit of English footy as well. But yeah, Sops, how are you, bro?
Sup, brother?
You good?
Yeah, we're not bad, man. It's raining outside, as per usual.
Bro, it's been the worst day. 2 weeks here, man. It's been non-stop rain. It's meant to be middle of summer. What is this?
Tell me about it, man. But apart from that, man, we're back in training, albeit sort of a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Bit of social distancing to start off with, and but now we're sort of back in all together.
Awesome.
But you still have to have small groups for the gym and things like that. But we're sort of piecing things together as a team, sort of a squad of 35 plus now. So it's good. It's good to kind of get back and get amongst the boys. We haven't been together in a while, so it's just good to hang out and have a laugh and throw the footy around and sort of get back to sort of some form of normality. But
for sure,
it's been awesome. It's been awesome.
And what is there many new faces in the team this year, or?
There's a couple new faces. We got Miles. I think he was playing in France, and then there's Ryan Mills, who I found out that I played in the 2011 Under-20s World Cup.
Really? Was he playing for England?
Yeah, he played for England. So that's pretty cool to know. But there's a few new S&C conditioners and things like that, and I think sort of the changes the club has made is definitely one in the right direction, and I think just the energy and the buzz around the group is pretty mean at the moment, and awesome. I think boys are just keen to crack into the games and sort of test our mettle.
Yeah, for sure. Have they spoke about games or anything yet? Do you guys have any idea in terms of, was that top secret information?
Nah, well, we got games, like obviously our first one is against Northampton. We've got Northampton and on the Sunday, and then I don't know who we play next. I think it's maybe Worcester on the Friday. Then on the Tuesday we play Sale, and then on the following Monday.
You'll be injured for that Sale game, mate?
Oh, bro. After catching up with Manu, I was just like, oh man, I'm not really keen to play this bloke this year,
I know,
He's
man.
looking pretty fit and lean and in good condition, I was like, this guy's scary, man.
Yeah.
But he's the nicest bloke, honestly. The nicest bloke. He's got he was actually meant to get married on Saturday, but obviously with COVID, he didn't get married. But met his future wife and his lovely daughter. He's got an awesome family, and they're very, very warm and very kind. But when he crosses that line, bro, he's pretty scary.
Different beast, eh? Did you talk to him much about the transfer or anything, or?
Yeah, I had a quick yarn to him and just talked to him about it, and he pretty much said that it was between Sale and Bristol. I don't know how Bristol were even featured in acquiring him.
Some serious creative accounting going over in Bristol, eh?
Yeah, but he said he spoke to Steve Diamond, and that was that, bro. He had one conversation and didn't even worry about having a chat to Pat, and liked what he heard from Steve and wanted to keep his family in the UK. And so after Manchester, he's gone, bro, which is a massive loss for Leicester. They haven't. It's the first time in 20 years there hasn't been a Tuilangi at the club.
That's mad, eh?
I think they'll really feel that loss. But one man's loss is another man's sort of gain, and I think with the way that Sale were going, and where they are in the ladder at the moment, acquiring a bloody world class player like that, is only going to strengthen their case. And we'll see how it goes, and tackle that beast when it comes, when the wind sail come up.
For sure, man. No, I think, like you say, especially off the back of his form in the World Cup and then how he's going in the Prem before, like, man, it puts him in a pretty strong position, eh?
Bro, for sure. He's fucking world class, eh?
And Leicester are battling now, though, eh? Jesus. I suppose, like it's going to be a tough turnaround for Leicester. Like, creates opportunity for a lot of young dudes with the 5 lads leaving, but it does leave quite a few holes in their arsenal.
Yeah, I guess. I haven't really looked at their team per se, but just sort of seeing the guys that are leaving, that's a lot of experience that walks out the door. And, I guess clubs are in difficult positions right now, and it is what it is for them. And, I wish those boys leaving all the best. Some of them are my great mates, and, that's rugby, and that's
Sure.
how the game is going. It is what it is, and they're going on to different adventures, and I know a lot of them are successful, so I look forward to sort of watching Toulouse and Paris and Manu at Sale, and there's a few others who are looking on to different things as well.
Yeah, no, awesome opportunities for them, man. And Stoke for Toulouse as well, getting an opportunity in Paris. I love his game and what he's about, so it's cool. Just quickly, bro, with WAS, what's it like in terms of the testing at the moment? So how do you guys being tested quite a lot, or?
Yeah, so we get tested every Monday, bro. It's the worst test ever. Like, honestly,
what's it like?
They get like this big swab that's like, I don't know, like that big or whatever.
Yeah.
And they pretty much jam it to the back of your throat on both sides. And then with that same swab, they like chuck it all the way up your nose, bro, and they just swirl it around. Bro, honestly, that's the
first one, were you rattled or?
Bro, rattled hard. Like, I was almost vomiting. Like, it's like throwing your fingers to the back of your throat and trying to make yourself vomit.
After a big old night on a few cups of tea. Yeah, boy. I know too well, mate. I know too well. Nah, awesome, bro. No, it's cool to see you back as well, especially, I think, like, just in terms of getting, like you say, back to normality. I know for myself, back into preseason here, we'll be at a very different level. But, man, it's just good to be out competing and running around the boys, eh? So it's good. It's good. What do you reckon, bro? So obviously Super Rugby's been going on. Have you been following it much, or what's the story?
Bro, you have to follow it, bro. It's the only sport that's going on right. Well, not the only.
Yeah. It's the only sport with fans all around the world. All around the world. It's the only sport with fans, bro. It's amazing.
Bro, how good is it? Like their first game? Was it Landers Blues at Eden Park?
Yeah, bro.
Was that the first game?
I think, was it Blues Chiefs?
Was it Crusaders?
Nah, it wasn't Crusaders. Crusaders had the bye.
I think you're right. It might have been Blues Chiefs, or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that. Yeah. I can't remember.
But still, it's been awesome.
It was a sellout.
Yeah. It's been mean seeing the New Zealand public get right behind it, eh?
Well, they've got nothing else to do. Can't travel overseas. Might as well just get
on. Fair.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, bro? So we'll do a bit of a round robin of the team, see where they're tracking, what's been going on. We'll start off with your Landers, mate? They've surprised a few people, myself included.
Oh, bro, that first game when they played the Chiefs,
Yeah, bro. I'd written them off, to be honest. Like, you look at their players on paper and young, they've lost a lot of veterans, but, like, man, the play of Aaron Smith and Ash Dixon, and then also the younger glue guys stepping up as well. What do you think, man, being, like, you know that camp pretty well, what do you think's going through their minds at the moment and through this comp?
I think the bad start to the original Super Rugby really affected their play. And so COVID was probably the best thing that happened to them in terms of being able to, reassess, look at themselves and kind of go back to, what's made the Highlanders a really good team. And I think that was something maybe they had gone away from, was that sort of gritty, relentless, never give up kind of style. And, talking to a few of the boys like Ash and Aaron and stuff, they said they sort of got back to a few, down ups and dark moments.
Yeah.
Where they had to roll their sleeves up and get to work. And for anyone who is, been through that 12-round sort of Jimmy Joe mindset. It's not really about the work. It's just more, it's not really like anything scientific to doing 12 rounds. You just run 5 meters, get on the ground, get it up, run back 5 meters, and you just do that 10 times 12. So, like you're doing 120 down and up. But it's, like you might do it at the end of an hour session already. So it's more about slugging it out and just mentally getting through this like shit work. So I think that's what they have gone through, and I think what you've seen from them is what has been known in the past as sort of that gritty, teamwork. Don't really have the most talent across the board, but in the positions that are key, they've got some pretty strong leaders.
Yeah.
And then you're just relying on guys who maybe at this point in time haven't been given an opportunity and now are starting to sort of grow and really put their hands up. There's a few in that team that I can think of. You've always got Shannon Frizzell, but he's performing sort of, above and beyond. You've got Marino. Marino's, Ash Dixon, arguably, the form hooker right now, depending on who you talk to. You've got Aaron Smith, and then you got a whole bunch of sort of key guys. I think just maybe where they're lacking at the moment is really set on a fullback and who wants to play wing, you know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure. And just I suppose having that finish rate. But I think like going back to those, the 12 rounds down and ups, like it builds connection. And you see, like for instance, them against the Chiefs last week, like the ability to go to the well and grind out a win. Like they're a lot stronger at like that ability to come back and really deliver in crunch time, and also led by like Ash Dixon and Aaron Smith. I think their leadership and confidence in the younger guys kind of breeds confidence within them, eh? So it's been cool to see, man. But also, like, you look at a grit and grind team, never give up, whatever, but they actually play some of the most skillful rugby out of any of the teams, like they're not the biggest, they're not the strongest, they're not the fastest. So they have to create what they can with, based on their skill level as well, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%. And that probably comes down to a bit of Tony Brown, very smart coach, very, very innovative, understands his strengths and definitely understands the weakness of a team. You can only look at a team like Japan and what he did with an undersized team. He 100%. Relied on speed and skill. And that's similar to the Highlanders. I'd say is he understands he's got Aaron Smith, so you've got to use him as best as you can, and then use the guys around him to be threats and move the ball quickly and operate at a tempo that the other team can't handle. And I think they're doing that awesome at the moment. Just in key moments, I think they've just lost their way or come up with game-changing plays that have kind of let them down, and I think that comes with experience, like key guys just lacking a bit of experience and time under the bright light.
Yeah, 100%. And bro, talking of tempo, like Aaron Smith his ability to control a game is second to none. Like I think he's probably, he'd be right up there in the kind of the top 2 or 3 performers of the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition so far. What do you reckon about him so far?
Well, I just think like his game reflects who he is at the moment. I think he's really tried to turn his life around off the field. It's no surprise. It's no, it's no secret what he's had to go through off the field and sort of all those indiscretions and things like that. And I think it's a credit to him the way he's been able to kind of deal with all that and try and sort of turn his life around. Like he's got a young son now, and I think that the mistakes that he's made in the past have definitely made him a better person, and I think you can see that through his game, and he seems at ease with who he is now, I'd say.
Yeah, you could tell. I was actually sorry, you go.
No, I was just saying, like, I think being a father myself, I think when his son came, I think his whole life just changed, and so and you can kind of see that in his game, I think.
Yeah, for sure. No, and I think I was watching. He posted he did some work, like just a day in the life, and he was talking about how when he gets home, he just wants to be a good man, and be a good father, good partner, good man. I think when you look after the home stuff, that it only feeds you rugby. Yeah, but no, he's been awesome. He's been awesome. Yeah, bro. No, so obviously Nagi's been amazing, but bro, like Marino Mikaletu has come out of nowhere as one of your picks. What do you think of him, bro? I reckon, like, man, he's come on in leaps and bounds. Just looks big, physical, fit, like right attitude, carrying hard, dominating tackles. Like, he's just a young dude trying to get it, man. I love his game so far.
Yeah, I think he's just come into his own, bro. He's been down there. I think maybe this is his 4th year now, or coming into his 4th year in the league. So I think it's just taken him a little bit of time to really grow into his body and understand what he can do, and sort of the mindset of being a physical 6. You know what I mean? Like, he's obviously got someone awesome to learn off, and Shannon. So he's just learning off him and as well. And he's probably just got a lot of confidence, bro. And I think that's what a lot of guys who go down there who don't have big names, or are just looking for an opportunity, they go down there and they're able to kind of fly under the radar for a bit and iron out sort of all their little weaknesses. And then when they start to get confident, you know what I mean? Like, it's a place, going to the Highlanders is a place where at the moment they're in a little bit of a rebuild. So, those mistakes that you make as a player aren't really, highlighted as much as if you're playing for like a big team.
Yeah, the Crusaders or Blues or whatever.
Or whatever, because, there's the expectation isn't there to, win championships like straight away. I think the public down there are really realistic with sort of their team at the moment, and they understand that it might take some time. And guys like him are just flying under that sort of time to be able to develop.
Yeah, for sure. No, Putty as well. Putty Parkinson. He's been another one of them in the All Black frame. Now they're talking of him as a potential lock. Big boy.
Well, bro, he's over 2 meters tall, bro. He's anyone that tall is definitely gonna have to get a look in. It's just how physical you want to be and your skill set. But he's definitely someone who's probably on the radar.
Big potential, and he still looks like he's growing into his body, bro. Like, that's the scary thing. You see some of his carries, like he still carries pretty upright. Like, he's not very explosive with his movements, but he's still just like fucking palming dudes and whatnot. He's a roof.
Yeah, bro. He's only young too. I think he's sort of 22 or 21, 22. So, bro, the sky's the limit for the bloke.
Yeah, bro. And what about the Blues, man? Probably been the talk of the comp so far. Big turnaround. Bowden Barrett obviously going there. What do you think of them so far, bro?
Bro, they're pretty nice at the moment. Hey, obviously it helps. I think what helps at the moment is, you've got a lot of confident players in there. So, when it's going really good, it's hard to stop.
Right,
like what the Island boys are like. When their confidence is through the roof, it's very hard to stop. So you got your Ricos, you got your Hoskins, you got Paddy, you got
Akira,
Offa, Akira. You got so many guys who thrive off confidence and off momentum. And now they get one win, or actually get 2 wins. Now the belief starts to kick in.
Yeah, bro.
You get that belief with X Factor and their work that they've put in behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous monster, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Then it becomes habit, right? It becomes, rather than momentum, it becomes habit, and they're riding that wave at the moment, eh? No, I think massively, I think their game's changed a lot as well. Like, I think I was just looking at some stats before, like, they're the most defensive team. They win the most lineouts, like a lot more reliance on their set piece. Their lineout has been the best lineout of the comp so far. But also, bro, what I noticed over the weekend, over the last few weeks, is like their ability to like 2-man tackle, like soak tackle, get someone up high, and then you got like Paddy Toops and then offer, and their ability to slow the other team's ball down in that and just kind of get their defense set. They're getting a lot of penalties though. Probably the boys getting a bit charged up, put on some shots, but like their defensive ability now is like, rather than being an inconsistent team, like they're consistently strong defensively, but then you've got all the X factor on attack, like building pressure. Orted has been kicking well. Obviously didn't play in the weekend, but it's really starting to round out in a pretty solid, like proper efficient rugby team rather than just flashes of brilliance.
Yeah, and I think what's really helped them is they've got 2 key game drivers at the moment who are very proficient at what they do. And obviously you've got a back-to-back World Player of the Year and Bowden Barrett World Cup winner. Everybody knows what he can do, but he's doing that from fullback, and I think that just allows Oates to drive the team, and the voice and communication that he's probably getting from Bodie and from Rico, guys who have sort of been in an international environment, is probably helping this game, and it's probably something that people won't see or won't know unless you've played or unless you've been on the sidelines. Is the communication from the outside will be through the roof from Bodie. He'll be organising so much and helping so much with those young boys, giving them confidence to, scan the backfield, scan the front line, take the opportunities. And then I just think it filters into being able to like let Oates, direct the team, and you see that the way that they're put into the right area of the field, they're taking the right options. They're not just running around with heads cut off, hoping Rico's going to make a break. They're actually
for sure
constructing phases and scoring team tries rather than just relying on, I'll chuck the ball to Caleb and hopefully he'll beat 4 guys and score.
Yeah, for sure. Now you're seeing that a lot more, and also like the balance between their forwards and backs, like the interplay is a lot. Like I remember watching the Blues like last year and the year before, like a lot of their forwards would just be decoy runners that play so far behind the gain line now, but now they're kind of getting right over the gain line, being extremely physical, creating space for the outsides. And then you talk about like Bodie and stuff. Yeah, no, I love the Blues. What do you think of Rico at centre, bro?
Oh, he's been killing it, man.
He's killing it, bro. Extreme pace, brother.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Extreme pace theory. But yeah, he looks like a guy who's enjoying himself. He's a big boy. He's a big human anyway. He'd be well over 100 kilo, but he's fast as fuck. So
bro, 100%. And he's starting to add those silky touches, like the try he set up for Matt Duffy, just the no-look pop, like read the defense shifting off, no-look pop, and then also his work defensively, bro. Like he's hungry for it, And I think that's the Blues all round. They're hungry for work. They're hungry for physicality, and they're just in your face trying to smash you, Like it's just relentless. Just wears people down.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, the Blues, if you watch the tight games they've won, they would have folded sort of
100%,
2 years ago or a year ago under that extreme pressure. But, now they've got a bit of confidence under themselves and a bit of belief. When they get in that tight, it actually looks like they thrive under it, and they actually enjoy being in that environment where, the pressure's at its highest point, but they want to be there. They're not hoping that they'll win.
They're thriving in it, and they look like they're enjoying that space,
Yeah, for sure, man. So I think at the moment, they're obviously Leon McDonald's the head coach now, and you got Tana, and obviously DC's come on board, and a whole bunch of new guys. Like that wealth of experience and knowledge just has to filter down, and you can see it in their gameplay. But one guy for me in that team who I think has been unbelievable has to be, their captain, Paddy Toops.
Bro, I was going to say the same, bro. He's been a machine, Like his work defensively and just his leadership, bro. And he looks like he's really enjoying being a leader. Do you know what I mean? Like he's really thriving in that environment. But just his work rate, like his tackles, especially in crunch times, tough carries, like, man, he is playing off his tits.
Yeah, bro, 100%. Another player that I picked in my team, bro.
Yeah. You might be a selector, mate. There could be a future for you, bro. Definitely not me.
The way you picked your team.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, still grieving. Bro, another one actually I reckon is Dalton Papali'i. I reckon he is an absolute beast, bro. Like always, he's the lead tackler in Super Rugby. Like he's got 72 made tackles, lead tackler. But what I reckon, bro, he's similar to Artie in the way that he's quite explosive with his running. Like he's, you look at your Sam Cane who makes solid tackles and he's a solid ball carrier and he's just solid around the field. Whereas, like I feel like Dalton's more of an athlete, like he's quite explosive and he brings a bit more X factor around the park. I think he's one for the future, bro, big time.
Well, they're all complementing each other, that back row. Hoskins is having a year, that is, outstanding and looks like he could be knocking on that All Black door. And then you've got Blake Gibson, who's obviously, very experienced. And, if he just stays injury free, he's going to be pretty special. And then Akita, good to see Akita,
That's
man, bro, I love that guy. I just reckon he just needs more time in the saddle. He's just going to get better and better and better. And his talent is crazy and his ceiling is so high. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet, and the best is yet to come. He just needs more time in the hot seat, and he's going to be unreal.
Yeah, I just reckon he just needs some people to believe in him, like just give him a shot, believe in him week in, week out, and that's just going to foster trust. I think he looks like a player who needs to be trusted and kind of carried along, just from the emotional perspective. This is purely speculation that I'm just talking about out my ass here a little bit, but like he looks like someone who, needs that kind of support through week in, week out. Like some players you just leave off to their own devices last week, they turn up, whereas I don't know. I just reckon he just needs a bit of belief and support, and he'll be rocking. But not Blues, bro. Canes as well, mate. To really turn the ship around.
They started poorly, eh?
Bro.
Poorly, which was interesting. We kind of, I think, us boys discussed it. Like out of everybody, it probably looked like the Canes and the Landers were the two least experienced teams in terms, across the board on paper. But Canes have really turned it around, eh?
Yeah, bro, massively. And they've just flicked the switch. Hey?
To beat the Crusaders at home,
bro,
first time in 36 games, man, you have to be a special team to be able to do that.
Yeah, and that was a special performance, eh? Like just relentless through the whole game, man. It was, but also like their ability to go from that real physical kind of static ball carrying, just kind of beating them down, but then to be able to shift the ball wide and the space that they created for the outsides. I thought the partnership between Ngani and Umanga Jensen was massive, eh? Like against Jason, what's his name? Josh, what's his name? Goodhue. Completely forgot his name.
Josh Goodhue and Brad Hill. Come on,
bro. Yeah. I know. Sorry, mate. There's two Goodhues rocking around. But
that's his favorite player, Brad Hill.
He wasn't playing, bro. Because if he was, he would have shut it down, It was
no way, bro. There's no way shutting that down. No matter what, bro. Fucking Lil Muppy is untouchable right now.
Unreal way. What did you think of his interview, bro?
Oh man, I love that. I love it. Me, you and Carl, like big fans of American sports, and we love it when we see NBA players. Talk how they want to talk, say what's on their mind, and just be who they want to be. And I just think, it's cool to see. He wanted to say he had something on his mind, and he had, obviously there were people with it in the media, social media, whatever, talking that he's, only this type of player or that type of player, and he went out, delivered a game, and wanted to say to them, put some respect on my name, and bro, I love it.
Yeah, me too, bro.
I think it's fucking
I'm here for it, eh? I'm here for it, bro. Nah, I love it. And this is the thing, and particularly in New Zealand, it's such like a tall poppy syndrome where it's just kind of like, oh yeah, well, obviously the outside backs created space for me, and the team gave me a good ball. Like fuck that, man. You shut it down, like own it, like represent it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's yeah, no, it frustrates me.
Yeah, I think it was cool though, eh? You know, he just said, you know, I'm just going to do me. I was like, oh,
my respect on my name. It was sick, eh?
Yeah, put some respect on my name. I was like, yeah, boy.
Bro, rightfully so as well, man. Bro, he was an absolute beast, eh? Poor Bowden Barrett, man. Oh.
What I find crazy about that wasn't that like he bumped them off or whatever. Like, you know, he's got a long list of guys he's bumped off.
100%. You included.
But to get around Bowden, oh, bro. Are you sure?
Yeah, bro, 4-4, boy. Palmerston North boys. He shot put you, bro.
Bro, you don't want that smoke now. Like, nah, remember that I was actually so heated when you guys brought that up the other day in our chat when he was 4-4. Fucking hell. I came across and I was like, man, I'm gonna eat this dude. Bro, he threw me into 8th form. That's how strong his fin was, bro.
Yeah, no, so just for context, just for anyone listening, we played Palmerston North boys. This is in 08. And our first 15 fixture is a national quarterfinal, I think it was, and our coach Ngani was playing 12 and Lima was playing 12. And our coach had said, oh, he's a young guy, he's only 4 form, we'll get up on his face and shut him down. So Lima blitzed him and got shot putted fucking for 20 meters, man. It was pretty funny.
I remember getting up so fast after that and like trying to run him down and like coat hanger him from behind.
I'll tell you what, to be fair, because I was defending outside you, I tried to fly in and he gave me a fend as well and just pushed. I was just lying on the ground too, like, fuck this guy.
I know, bro. After that, bro, I was like, oh, this guy might be special.
Absolutely. Yeah, just a little bit. Nah, he's a freak, bro. What do you think about Geordie Barrett coming back? Big impact from like from an impact perspective. What do you think he's changed for the Canes, bro?
Oh, I just think the balance back there, just being able to give them confidence, just, you know, and he's got that fucking hammer Thor of a boot, you know, as well. Just goal kicks, and you know, he really has been able to change a game for them, or you know, do crazy stuff. You know, just big plays. He's come up with some big plays. You know, that turnover last week, 40 meters. You know, slamming a 60-odd meter penalty. You know, just before half time. Just little things like that sort of keep the game ticking over.
Yeah.
But for me, I think you know, the X factor's always been there at the Canes, for years and years. Everyone knows that, but I think the way they've turned it around is that grit and that grind up front, and you know, they don't have, you know, on paper they don't have the biggest names. You know, you're led really well by Dane Coles, and got Tyrell Lomax there, who's, you know, figuring his way out. He's at a new club, but in terms of their locks, you know, they're not, you know, the biggest or tallest.
Like Scrafton and Blackwell or someone, isn't it?
They're playing with massive heart, and I think that's what's been able to lay the platform for their wins as they've done that. And then obviously through that pack, you've got sort of a supple coming off the bench, and then you've got, you know, like any team with Ardie Xavier has got a chance.
Yeah, bro, and Ardie's really starting to hit his straps now, I reckon. Like he's. Yeah, bro. Some of his ball carrying and stuff. Particularly, I really like the way like Crusader scrum was really solid, but the Canes were just utilizing quick hook, Ardie's speed off the back, and just kind of getting out of jail. You know, just with his ability, man. He's a freak.
Yeah, bro, for sure. So I think you know, had the Canes started a little better, you know, they would have really been, you know, in that 1 or 2 spot where the Crusaders and Blues are, but. You know, there's 2 weeks left in the competition, and anything can happen. So
yeah, I think they've still got a mathematical chance, eh? So see what happens, bro. Your Chiefs. I know you picked the Chiefs. They've been tough gig for them, bro.
I picked the Chiefs too, eh? I just thought, you know, like they've obviously had plenty of injuries and things like that, and things haven't gone their way. But I just thought the Aaron Cruden factor coming back, and just the guys that got, like Anton Brown, Brad Weber, then McKenzie,
really good spine.
Sean Stevenson, just to name a few. I just really thought that those guys were really on paper a pretty formidable team.
Yeah, no, when you look at their team when they're fully healthy, they are, bro. But it's just been injuries and a bad run, and like I think a majority of their games they've lost by within 6 points. And it's particularly in the New Zealand derbies, it's splitting hairs sometimes. Like unfortunate they lost to your Landers in the dying seconds. Poor dudes.
Yeah, I actually thought the game. When I was watching it, it was 31-7, and I was just like, "Fuck, Chiefs are home and hosed here, bro." But
yeah,
like I've been in that situation myself. When back in 2013 when we went 0-8.
Yeah,
and sometimes, bro, like you would get a lead and you would just try to defend that lead.
Yeah,
because all you want to do is just get this one damn victory, and just get the monkey off your back. But it's so hard and so tough when you're losing. Like the ball doesn't bounce a certain way. You don't get the ref calls. Bro. Just little things like that, bro. When the confidence is low, it's low, bro. And yes, I don't think it's through a lack of effort. It's just
not at all, bro.
Like 1 or 2% off in certain areas or a big moment. The ball just hasn't gone their way, and they're sitting firmly in last spot right now, which is
yeah, bro. No, I do feel for them, bro.
They've got a great coach in Gatman.
Yeah,
they got a great coach. They got a great squad. It just hasn't clicked, and that's just sport,
bro. It just happens, man. And no matter, and it's almost like the harder you try, kind of the worse your results, and you go from kind of, like you say, like kind of trying to protect the lead and do all you can to get that win or whatever, whereas you kind of go away from actually winning a game. Do you know what I mean? You're just kind of in protection mode rather than win mode,
Yeah, and it's just a tough spot for them to be in right now, bro.
Yeah,
just tough. But
what about the Rolls Royce, the Crusaders, man?
Oh, bro,
took their first loss.
They're just they're just doing their Crusader tings, bro. Like,
yeah, bro.
They're a beast at the moment in terms of their squad. Like look at their backline. I think their whole backline, if they start, they're all Blacks except for, depending on which 9 you want to start. Like, play for the All Blacks. Brendan must be knocking on the door.
Well, and he was in that All Black squad when they played against, I think it was Japan, but he didn't get picked.
So,
he's been in and around.
So, and they're young and they're enthusiastic, and then you've got an experienced pack who are so good.
Oh, bro.
Led by Sam Whitelock. Imagine if they still had Scott Barrett as well.
I know, bro. Yeah, man.
And Cody Taylor, Joe Moody.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then the young boys have come in and done really well as well, like your Devin Flanders and those types of dudes.
You got Blackadder there as well, so
yeah.
Bro, they're just a machine, bro, and they're a pretty hard one to stop. But yeah, I guess looking at it from just outside, it's kind of theirs to lose in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're the only team who have dropped one game, so if they win their next 2, they've won it.
Yeah. Well, what it might come down to is the last game of the round, I think, is the Blues, and they play the Blues at Eden Park.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so if they win the next game, then their last game could come down to...
Yeah. But I think it relies on the Blues winning as well. I think they'll still get it, but, it could be an interesting little showdown.
Yeah, that would be a good way, to finish the comp, seeing as there's no final and kind of, but it's tough, man. Like the Blues have to go down to Dunedin and win at the Glass House this weekend.
Actually, against a really, really good Landers side, who are playing really, really well. So,
but the Crusaders, bro, they're just doing their Crusaders things. I think, standout performers Tubes obviously picked Will Jordan.
I know, bro. What a pick from Tubes, eh? Fucking hell.
Bro, he's been talking about it all this whole time. He's like, see, I told you I should be a selector.
Fucking hell.
And then I pick him. I pick him in my sleep.
I'll pick talent in the jungle. Fucking hell.
I know.
Funny dude.
He's funny. But, Will Jordan, obviously, I'm pretty gutted for Dave Havilier.
Bro, me too, eh? He's just starting to hit his straps too. I really, really like Dave Havilier. Love his game, man.
Yeah, just so silky, bro. Like really good skill set, good boot, solid under the high ball, bro. He's a... I like his game.
Surprisingly physical as well, like when he plays at 12, like he's not afraid of a little short ball, gets the boys going forward, like he's got that physical element to his game as well. I really like it, eh? He's good.
Yeah. What about your boy Braden anyway? Have you seen enough? Have you seen enough to put him in the 13 jersey?
Sit at home. Nah, to be fair, he probably hasn't had the impact that I was hoping for, eh? But you have actually seen Goodhue at 12 a lot. He's doing a lot of the carrying, bro. He's not unleashing the pace, He needs to just unleash it, man.
Remember what you said, eh? You said he's going to be the 13, this year.
No, I didn't say this year. I said by the next World Cup, man.
No.
He'll be the starting 13. No, to be fair, if I was to pick a 13 today, it would be Rico.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. But another one who's obviously been pretty phenomenal is Richie.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, bro. What do you think just around his game management and performance, like being a 10 yourself? Like, what do you think have you seen in terms of big improvements from him?
Well, I just think he's just nailing his role and everything he does. Like, and when he gets his opportunity, he strikes. You know what I mean? Like he's not always running the ball. He's not always kicking it.
Yeah.
He comes out with plays, sort of that last try to set up the potential draw. Like that's in the 77th minute or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
like he's making breaks like that.
Bro.
That little restart to himself.
Yeah, man, dude.
Like that kind of thing. It just shows how confident he is right now. And when you're confident, you just seem to be playing better. And he's behind a really good pack, and he's just kind of, he's the puppet master. He's making he's pretty much making all the right calls and taking the right options. But he's got guys outside him who are very, pretty experienced. Then giving him the cons, and all he's got to do is execute. So he's executing the skill under pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty exceptionally right now.
Yeah, bro. There's not many 10s who can make a break like that. Then fucking 20-meter long ball.
Like
in the wet 77th minute with the game on the line, like to execute like that, it's pretty phenomenal, like you say. Reminded me of a young Sops, actually. Bro, we got our squads. Should we go through our squads and see how these players are tracking, man?
Yeah, bro, we'll go through our squads, see, and we'll sort of rate who's got the best squad.
So your team, if you look at your team, bro, I was just talking about it before we were writing them down. They're pretty phenomenal, eh? Like you've got the big thing with your team is they're all actually playing, bro. Like a lot of our guys aren't playing, eh?
Yeah, so I guess we'll break. Yeah, I guess my team's there. I think I did pick Offway at 1, but he's obviously. I'm pretty sure he's been playing tight head for the Blues, but he's been phenomenal. I think he's probably been one of the top props of the comp.
I reckon the form prop, eh? Like out and out.
Cody Taylor, what you're getting from him. I think I've been able to pick a good balance between sort of, really experienced key guys and guys who are young that I've picked who have, gone above and beyond their sort of where they're at, sort of maybe.
Yeah, they've really elevated their games, haven't they?
Above their salary, you know what I mean?
For sure. No, they have, like, you look at your putties, your Marinos. Bro, another guy we didn't touch on is Duplessis Karifi. Like, he's having the season of his life.
Bro. He plays so aggressive, babe.
So aggressive, bro.
I guess anyone who's keen to scrap Artie one-on-one, you've got to be pretty aggressive.
To be fair, after watching him, bro, I'd actually back him over Artie. I'd be keen to see him, man.
Bro, Bro, you don't take the king of the jungle on, man.
No, bro. Started to be at the top, man. The young lion.
But yeah, who else have I got in there?
You got Gareth Evans.
Yeah, who got injured.
Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, so you got Gareth Evans, obviously Nuggie, top halfback so far. TJ's had some moments, but I think Nuggie, just his body of work and just his consistency, bro. And what he has to do for the Landers to get them going, like the game revolves around him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. Cruden, we haven't really seen enough of Cruden, I don't think. And what we have, obviously he's in a team that's not playing well, so it's hard. But when he's going forward, he's world class,
Oh, bro, for sure. Even in the weekend, just that little show and go to help set up the try, he's classy, man.
Yeah, Manasa haven't, obviously. I think the big one that a lot of us, out of these teams will be kicking is that none of us picked Caleb Clark, man.
Bro, for sure. And he's had a really good start to the comp. I think he's kind of tapered off now, but bro, he was Ghana.
But yeah, Nani, he's probably the form 12. Brendan Inor, solid. And
solid,
then solid.
Bro, George Bridge has been right up there, man.
That try that he scored against the Canes, that was pretty freakish.
Bro, absolute freakish. I don't know how he beat Geordie Barrett to the ball as well. Geordie had like an 8-meter head start on him. I suppose he has to turn, but
bro, I think his long draft legs couldn't turn.
Speedboat, baby.
It was wet too. So by the time he got the ocean liner turning around, the old speedboat came past him later.
Yeah, bro. No, but I like George Bridge. He's brought a lot of balance, bro. He's a very balanced winger in comparison to a lot of the other wingers in the comp. He's kind of that old school kind of Ben Smith type mold. Yeah,
he's got speed, but he is still solid as well. But you wouldn't be like, oh, are you a winger? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And he just does all that glue stuff, kick chases, makes tackles, gets back, cover D, he does a lot of the thankless work that wingers have to do. Havili, bro, is one that I'm really sad for. Well, obviously, Ngani now getting injured, but David Havili, bro, is just starting to come on, eh?
Oh, bro, 100%, bro. Yeah, really like his game. Really like his game.
Big fans. Team Johnson, got Carl Tuino. He hasn't really featured, eh, Big Carl?
Nah, but if you look at Johnson, he's gone the Ferrari backline, He's gone for the stars. But if you look at his pack, bro, I don't know if they're getting much ball, especially in their line out.
Bro, especially in their line out. And I don't know if they're going to last more than fucking 30 minutes, bro. A lot of them are just Fidel. No disrespect to any of these guys, but they haven't really played out and out Super Rugby, for 80 minutes,
Well, you've got two really unreal leaders in Dane Coles and Sam Kane.
Yeah.
And then you've got Hoskins, who's played through the roof at the moment. But then sort of, the other guys that, Alex has come off the bench quite a bit. And then, Mitch Brown's, obviously with the Chiefs who are going backwards. And then
you got to say he's more of a bench. Or he's been in and out of the squad, to be fair. He got a lot of game time last season. At the start of the season, but he hasn't really been able to kind of cement a spot in the team. And Tiariki Big T's always solid when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, to get So it's an all right team, but up front, I don't think he's gone for the rock star backs. Which, if you look at his back line,
bro. If they can at least hold parity, bro, there's a lot of skill and pace and power in them, mate.
You got Rico, who's been picked at the one. D-Mac is, electric. Anton.
Classy.
Vince has been killing it as well. You got Sevu, freakish. And then Geordie Barrett come late into the comp and just dominated that 15.
Yeah, he's probably been one of the he's helped turn the Kane season around, eh?
Oh, for sure. I love how Dane Coles has been voted biggest grub, eh?
Oh, bro, and so true, eh? He's a niggly bugger. Yeah,
I love it. I love it how he's being voted as biggest grub. I reckon he wears that with pride.
Yeah, the company claw. Yeah, that's funny, eh?
Nah, that's good laugh. He's a top bloke though, but yeah, when he crossed that white line, oh my gosh.
It's another one of those guys, eh? Who do you think? Who are some of the other grubs you've come up against? Well, it's not. You can't name names.
No, who's a grub? It's not many, to be honest. Not many.
Yeah.
Not many. Like Dane Coles has kind of like an old school feel about him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's cut from like that old school. I feel like he's one of the last of the sort of like the
Dying
dying
breed, eh?
breed.
Yeah, bro.
Who was around when sort of Andrew Hall was around and like all those kind of guys.
Bro.
He's been able to learn from those old school sort of legends and stuff like that. So that's why I'd put like, yeah, if I look around, as like no one quite like him.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he'll be prepared to freaking stand on your head if he,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, bro.
Well, he'll definitely eye gouge you, you know.
Yeah, bro. If he gets a shot at it, for sure. Especially if you're talking shit to him as well.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
What my licorice all sorts. I've actually messed it up here a little bit. I think I was wishing I had Ash Dixon there, but I've actually got Liam Coltman, so that's a bit of a. But hey, but yeah, no, my team's a bit all over the place. Eh?
What were you thinking when you were going through this team, man?
I don't know, bro. This is I've asked myself this question a lot over the last few months. Eh? Like it's what I started off was looking at game drivers, right? And then I was like, oh yeah, get Bowden Barrett at 15, Richie Monger at 10. Probably shouldn't have gone Bryn Hall then because I had him in my top 5 picks. No disrespect to Bryn, but I probably could have got him later in the selection process, you know. And then I should have got a solid midfielder then. But then I was just trying to blend like my game drivers with like just power runners, you know, like your Keiters, Frizzels, Vyers, like Leonard Brown, Mafaleo, you know, like just some proper grunt, and then combine that with some X factor on the wings. But yeah, it just looks a bit weird on paper, I reckon.
You have a decent pack though. You know, guys who are playing pretty like Akita's, you know, starting to hit the strips. Shannon Frizzell's been an absolute monster.
Bro, he's been a beast, man.
You know where you're going to get from him.
Yeah, probably my props haven't been getting as much game time as I would have liked. Yeah,
it's
big
hard
one.
When you're a back though, eh? Like you know, I've just gone for the names that are like sort of big dogs at the time. I think early to try and like get some sort of respectability in my front row.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, that was the thing. Like, I see props doing like kind of the glory work, but I actually have no idea what goes on in the scrums and stuff. I wouldn't even know what a tight head or loose head does. Look, it is what it is. But yeah, no, but like Richie and Bodie, I think like, you know, would be competitive anyways.
Oh, 100%. You know, like Richie's been killing it and guys like that. So it's pretty interesting sort of team.
Yeah.
You've taken.
Yeah. No, if I could do it again, I reckon I'm missing a real class midfielder, you know, and maybe.
Yeah, well, TJ's like pretty glue for the Blues. To be fair, eh? He does a lot of unrewarded work. I think that doesn't get noticed.
For sure.
So I think he's, you know, while he's still a solid pick.
Yeah, same with Rob Thompson, bro.
You mean like a sort of,
you know, like an established All Black, you know, like an out and out, you know, like your Antons or your Nganis or maybe like a Good Hugh or Rico or, you know. What I was actually thinking when I was going through it, I thought Rico would slip and I was going to pick Rico at 13. But yeah.
He went early, eh? Like bro, you went late on your picks to 12 and 13.
Yeah, real late. Coming from a midfielder, it's pretty disrespectful.
Yeah, that's the position where, you know, we have quality in New Zealand, but you've only got sort of a handful. So across the 4 teams, you had to get in early with your midfielders.
Yeah, I didn't really think big picture from that, eh?
You're not a GM.
Nah, I'm a coach, mate. Nah. And then what about Team Hungry, Team Sops?
Bro, the big pick from him, which he went so early on, which is he's looking like a top selector. He went Will Jordan and picked him as his captain.
Bro, it's like old Grant Fox over there, eh, bro? Will Jordan's second pick and the captain, eh?
Yeah, and he backed that. He was like, nah, Will Jordan. And to be fair, you know, like Will Jordan's been, he's been pretty class.
Top try scorer, top in top in like running meters, one of the top in defenders beaten, line breaks. Like he's killing it.
And he's big boy too, big body of work. So, yeah, like I think he's picked pretty well. Like you got Joe Moody, world class.
Yeah.
A supple.
Bro, he had a mammoth game in the weekend, eh? Like, especially like usually you see a Suffolk in kind of 20-minute blocks, but he was just consistent for the whole game, like physical on attack, big runs, X factor. His set piece was solid, like at the lineup. But he's gone.
I think this is where Toops' team gets let down in the locking department. None of them have played.
Yeah, nah. But his loose trio, bro.
Scott Barrett hasn't played. But his loose trio is pretty dangerous.
Like Artie and Dalton, bro. Imagine them 6 and 7. Like that's actually.
Like, Dalton's been playing unreal.
Unreal. Only a young fella too, man. He's got a big future. Yeah.
So, and then Luke Jacobson has been playing pretty solid in a team that's getting no wins.
Yeah, for sure.
As well, scored a nice little try against the Landers last week as well. Got that little ball and fucking pinned his ears back and went to the house.
Yeah,
but Brad Weber, he's been good and tries hard every week, and obviously they're going backwards, but he's got a solid 9. Josh Ioane's only come back, but I think he really came on in that game against the Chiefs.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, he was classy.
Dominate, I think, and I think he brought a lot more balance to the Landers' attack when he came on. Ben Lamb's had to see Ben Lamb go away.
But I reckon it's a really lost opportunity for New Zealand rugby. Like you look at some of the seasons wingers have had, and they've got to look into the All Blacks, and Ben Lamb's had those seasons for the last 3 years. And he don't even know if he's received a phone call. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I feel like he was knocking right on the door.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I feel like he at least needed an invite to a camp or something, because
get a look and see what he's about.
Yeah, some of his try scoring feats have been unbelievable.
Yeah, big loss for the Canes as well moving forward. There's his last game over the weekend. I think it's going to be tough. Particularly gives them that balance, that power winger.
I think he's going to love it there.
Yeah,
maybe not red wine.
Yeah, not the worst spot, eh? And I reckon Toops has gone for the wrong Umaga Jensen, man.
Yeah. Thomas has been injured, but that's just unlucky. But yeah, his back three is pretty solid.
Right, can't argue. Matt Duffy got his first opportunity in the weekend. Like didn't put a foot wrong. Scored a really good try.
Yeah, especially from 15. So, some solid teams,
Yeah, bro. What do we reckon for a form 15? Who would you be? You'd have to go. Who do you reckon, bro?
At 1?
Yeah.
I think you'd have to go Joe Moody, don't you?
Yeah, I'll definitely be going Joe Moody, 100%. And then 2. See, this is a big one, bro. Like in my head, I'm going Ash Dixon, eh?
Yeah, I guess this is a form 15, so it's.
But if you look at Ash Dixon and what he has to do, like he's, like him and Aaron Smith, what they have to do in terms of leadership and how valuable they've been for the Landers, I think like that would put him over, for me, say over Cody Taylor. So I feel like in the Crusaders you could just slot someone else in and they'll go pretty solid as well, Whereas if they lose Ash Dixon, they're pretty buggered.
Yeah, that's a good point, bro. That is a good point, but yeah, it's a hard one, eh? I think. Yeah. We'll go with your pick. I think what you're saying is right in terms of. Yeah.
I would love to see him get a little. I know he's pretty old, but I'd love to see the Okoro get a little run in the ABs, eh?
Yeah, bro, you'd lead a hissing haka, I reckon.
Yeah. Bro, he does for the Māori ABs, eh?
Yeah, well, I reckon. Yeah.
Nah, sorry. You can. What do we reckon?
No, what were you saying?
No, I was just going to say, and then surely this is Offa.
Yeah, Offa's been pretty beastie, eh? You see on his Instagram, he's fucking tugging along fucking trucks and shit.
Who does that, eh?
He's hungry.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then we got, so if you look at our locks,
Oh, bro,
Putty Putty's,
easy 4. You got to go Paddy Tubes, bro. Easy.
yeah, fair.
That's easy. That's an easy pick at 4.
Paddy T. Oh. So we got Paddy Tubes. Then we got,
special, I reckon, for the Canes. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but James Blackwell.
bro, I reckon he's right up there, eh?
Side note, yeah. So James Blackwell, he has been, former Coal boy as well. Love that.
Yeah, bro. Best cool.
But bro, he's undersized hard. Have you seen how tall he is?
Bro, no. Like I've stood next to him before. He's only a little bit taller than me. I'm like 6'1", Like he's not massive.
Gee, are you sure you're 6'1"?
Bro, I'm actually 6'2", bro. Oh. If you look at the measurements, but hey, sorry, you can't see from down there, bruh. It's all good.
Oh, here we go, bro. 6'2" years old. But you know what I mean, eh? Yeah. Blackwell, I also think his rugby smarts comes into it, and he plays the game quite intelligently. But he goes hard for someone who's undersized.
Yeah, bro, and he does a lot of the tough work as well, eh? For the Canes there, like a lot of those tough carries where the defense just lined up and. No, he's good, man. Can't really read him.
Yeah. So 5.
Are we saying he's our 5?
Nah. That was just a side note.
All right. Not that keen on him then. Who else there? Obviously got Sam Whitelock. He's been solid. Putty's been right up there as well.
Yeah, I think you have to go Sam Whitelock, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Bro, another loose trio. Oh my god. But we're strictly talking form here, so
yeah. Then we got.
For me, it's there has to be between. It's got to be between Dalton and Artie. That's who I think at 6.
Yeah. See, this is the interesting one, eh?
Dalton, Artie, or Shannon, or you move Artie to 7.
Or you could move Artie to 8, but Hoskins, I think, takes...
Yeah, Hoskins has been...
Yeah, he's been out for the last 2 weeks, but over the course of the comp...
Yeah, he's been the talk of the town, But, big market as well, so...
Yeah,
he's, you know what I mean? He comes from that big market, so...
Yeah, that would be dope. So we've got Sam Whitelock. Hoskins takes 8. And then I reckon it would be like 6 Artie, 7 Dalton, or there's another guy, Duplessis, bro. Like, and this is no disrespect to Artie. I love him, and I think he's been playing awesome. But I only really think he's come on really well in these last kind of 2 to 3 games, whereas like Duplessis and Dalton will be going ham for the whole thing,
I think you got to put Shannon in there, eh?
Are you going Shannon?
I'm going Shannon at 6, I think.
Sweet.
What do you reckon?
I'm for it, bro. He's my pick as well. Yes, and then who you got at 7 then? Artie or Dalton? Based on form, remember? I'm taking, this is no disrespect, but I'd probably have to take Dalton, bro. Although, I don't know. Nah, Artie was pretty beastly over the weekend.
I think after watching that Crusaders game, if you're talking, I think you'd have to take Artie.
Yeah, fair.
For that Crusaders game.
Yeah, I agree.
I know it's only one game, but
So no Akira?
Nah, I think the 3 best flankers at the moment are probably those 3.
Yeah.
That's just, but like Liam Messon said in our last podcast, it's one man's opinion.
One man's opinion, yeah.
So someone else might be like, these guys are all shit.
Yeah, which we probably are. Nah. And then surely we've got Nuggy at 9.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think of TJ so far?
Oh, bro, unreal.
Yeah.
But like you said before, that body of work across the board. I think if the Landers only win games if
Nuggy's on point.
Yeah, and he has to really be on point.
Yeah.
Like he's playing through the roof right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying TJ isn't playing through the roof, but it's horses for courses with those two. Like 2 world class nines.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, like it's hard to pick.
Yeah, no, I agree, bro.
But yeah, love them both. But it's just if we're just talking about a 15.
Yeah. What do you think? Just quick side note. What do you think of TJ playing 10 for the last 20 minutes of games?
Oh, bro, he'll be frothing that.
Yeah, right.
He'll be telling me that he's a world class 10 soon. Knowing that guy, just as confident and as belief in himself. I think it just maybe shows the lack of either trust or depth at the Hurricanes to have a reserve 10 on the bench. But I'm not too sure. I'm not in that environment. I'm just simply speculating from the outside looking in.
Keep your eye on that phone, man. Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. And I suppose you got to get that good. You got to put the talent on the parquet. It's just where they all fit in. Yeah. What do we reckon for 10, bro?
Oh,
it's hard to go past Richie. Eh?
Yeah, it's hard to go past Richie, bro. You know, a special mention has to be to Oates, but
yeah, I was just about to say that, bro. Big time.
Richie, you have to go with Richie. He's been pretty special.
Yeah, for sure. And then you got our wingers. So, like,
well, you can play. I think you're talking before George Bridge has been pretty good on the left wing there.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, bro.
You know, I'm thinking to the Landers or Chiefs. Nah. It's probably.
Then you got Caleb Clark.
Yeah, I'd probably pick him on the left wing, on the right wing.
Would you take them two as your wingers? No Severis.
Oh, you got Sever as well.
Then you got Ben Lamb as well. He's been really good.
Yes. So many good players, eh?
I know, bro. It's mad the talent in New Zealand, yeah.
I think you go George Bridge for sure.
Yeah, I think George Bridge.
And then 12, Nani.
Yeah.
13, Rico.
Yeah, I reckon Swaggy Riggs.
14, that's, just whoever you want to. You can pick that one if you want.
Well,
it is a form 15.
Yeah. Like, based on form at the moment, I would be taking Severis.
Okay.
I think, no disrespect to Caleb Clark, but he's he started off with Hiss and Aurora. I just don't think he has as high as a work rate as some of the other wingers, but I don't know, actually. You're making me second guess myself now. Who do you think?
Yeah, I think I would pick. Yeah, I would lean more towards Caleb Clark, but then he's at the highlights and sort of comes from a big market and whatnot. But you are right in Severis. He's been consistent and
No, I like Caleb too. I like Caleb. We'll go there. And then surely 15, Will Jordan.
Well, there's also Jordy Barrett, bro.
Yeah, bro. And this is the thing. If I was a selector putting out a team tomorrow, like if this team was going to play, I'd probably chuck Will Jordan on the wing for Caleb and have Jordy Barrett, bro. Like they're both been pretty classy, yeah.
You'd chuck Will Jordan over Severis? Like if this was your All Black starting team?
I don't know. Maybe.
Nah, you're having a laugh, bro.
Nah. No, if I was having a starting All Blacks team, Rico would be on the other wing. And I'd have Ghani and either Albie or Goodhue.
Oh, that, yeah.
If I was to select, if I was putting on a team but based on form.
I'm picking.
You're going Jordy Barrett, eh?
Yeah, I think I have to go Jordy Barrett, but you can pick this last one. It's up to you.
This is the argument, eh? Like, since Jordy Barrett's been back, the impact he's had is actually phenomenal, eh? And I'll be the first to say I didn't, after the World Cup, I lost my faith in Jordy Barrett a little bit, but he's really kind of silenced the doubters, I think, across the rugby public,
You're not losing much either.
Yeah.
The thing I think maybe helps Geordie Barrett in this one because I think they're sort of pretty much on par with each other. Is that, bro, if you get a penalty from 60, he's booming
Yeah,
it.
for sure. For sure. No, I agree. Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Well, you pick, man. It's not like no one's going to come put a gun to your head for not picking.
Mate, I'll do it to myself. This is our Form 15. So we've got Joe Moody, Ash Dixon, Offa, Petty Tubes, Sam Whitelock, Shannon Frizzell, Artie, Hoskins, Nuggy, Richie. It's a pretty fucking solid team.
Bro, pretty. All guys who are, playing above and beyond for their teams.
Yeah.
Pretty solid teams, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's going to be some interesting decisions for these All Black selectors coming up. See what direction they go.
Yeah, just hopefully there's some tests, eh?
Yeah, I know. I see there's chat of a rugby championship being based in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So that'd be good, but who knows? Then they're looking at doing some Bledisloe Cup matches before that. But yeah, bro. No, solid, man, solid. Any
what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, like, in terms of All Blacks, any kind of out of it bolters that you see popping up, or any kind of anyone out of the blue?
Might be able to chuck Marino in there.
Yeah,
maybe.
I reckon, it's going to be an interesting one, that number 8 argument, eh? See who's got like Artie playing there, or then do you go for Hoskins and kind of look to the future? Or
well, I think Hoskins is going to be in there.
Yeah,
he'll be in there. You'll take your Sam Canes, your Arties, and then probably Bayer and Shannon, and then maybe 2 more after that.
Do you think they take Bayer? I think
or maybe Bayer's the lock Lucy cover. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Especially now with Scott Barrett injured.
Yeah, Scott Barrett's done for the year, I think.
Yeah, going to be interesting.
No, we're good, man. I think what Super Rugby has done is really, they've put up an awesome kind of window shop of the game, especially in New Zealand.
Yeah,
like you watch it compared to the Aussie, and it's just, bro. It's just
I've tried to watch the Aussie rugby, and no disrespect to them, but it's a bit of a tough watch. I think it also comes down to the emotional connection part of it, but I just think there's a big difference in the physicality, skill level, and the way the game's played. Obviously, always going to be biased, but I don't know.
Yeah. So and for around the world, showing what the game looks like.
100%.
Back home, crowds going back, makes a difference. Obviously, we're going to be starting soon, and to hope, with better weather, hopefully, the Prem throws up some great rugby, not just.
Yeah, well, this will be interesting, eh? I suppose you guys are playing in what is meant to be the middle of summer, although it's been fucking raining for the last month. But see what happens. At least it'll be warm.
Yeah, bro. At least it'll be warm, but the games are buzzy, bro. They're on like every single night of the week.
Really?
Well, some of them, I think we play Bath on a Monday or a Tuesday or something.
Bro, that's mad.
And like some games are like 2:30, some games are 5:30, some games are 3:30. I think it's just random but like now you got no crowd, so it's just a glorified training session. Well, that's like
yeah. It'll be weird though, eh?
It'll be weird. Like imagine just running out and hopefully they mic some players up or something like that, and you can hear actually what goes on. Imagine marking up like Alice Genge or
Genji would be a funny one, eh?
Marla or some shit. Like imagine them. You just lose your head laughing at them.
Do you reckon they'll do anything with the fans? Like you see, the NBA has brought out like big screens where the fans are like chanting defense and stuff in their scrimmages. Have you seen that?
Not enough money, G. They've already taken the players' money. Not enough. There's not enough to have that stuff around. The player's going to be demanding.
Probably coming out of your salary. Solid, bro. Well, look, man, it's been good to catch up. Good to chat some code. Enjoyed it?
100, man. But no, it's good. Hope everyone enjoyed it. You know, there's just a little bit of insight into what we think about Super Rugby and sort of the game at the moment, and sort of our picks as well. So good to catch up, and hope you guys enjoyed this one.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Third phase out.